Welcome back to another episode of Excalibur CCG TV's Talking Comics. We are your hosts. I'm Randy.
I am Mark.
And we are here to talk about new comics that will be on the shelf for Wednesday, May 2nd, 2018. We are fully a quarter into this year.
Almost halfway.
We're dedicated to this year.
Yep. We're in it.
We're in it to get older. I don't know about winning. But if you don't know where our locations are by now, we have two of them. We're in Shreveport, Louisiana, where you can find these guys, and we're also in Texarkana, Texas. You can go to our Facebook page or our website, EXCALIBUR'sCCG.com, to call us to find out how to get here or ask directions. Actually, you call us and we'll say, yeah, look on our website. Just because I'm terrible at giving directions.
Yeah.
Chris might be better.
He's usually one that gives them anyway.
Sure. This is true. Usually my directions are, go out there to try and sell that. But, we've got the big announcement that's still happening here. Mark, you can tell them
one
about
more time. Free Comic Book Day 2018.
Absolutely.
Almost here.
That does not mean every comic book shop in the store is free. That means that there will be a designated area where you will see lots of people hovering around picking up the free
Pacific
books.
Comics that are free.
Pacific Comics, but not a Pacific Rim comic.
Well, that's true. Unless they made one.
Unless they made one.
I don't know if they did or not.
So those are happening very soon, or that is happening very soon.
Yes. Very soon.
It's awesome. You get a little bit of time to check out new books that you might be interested in, or getting your children into reading something, finding something that they would be intrigued by enough to continue.
Something for everybody.
Or a new friend.
Yes.
Or I guess it
Or
could
an
be an
enemy.
old friend that's your... Yeah, an enemy, but you share the love of comics. So it's like that cookie that unites everybody. The Oreo. Yeah, there are a lot of books to talk about this week, guys.
There are a lot.
And Mark has one of the big ones that he's going to start off with.
Oh, this is, part of, what do they call it now? It's not now.
It's not Fresh
Fresh
Start.
Fresh Start.
Is it Fresh Start?
Fresh Start,
Okay.
yes. This is their Fresh Start.
The
Marvel.
fresh produce.
Yes. Fresh Start. It sounds like a fabric softener or like a laundry detergent or something. But it's also an initiative by Marvel Comics. Okay, this is their first big one. Kicking it off is Avengers #1, brought to you by the letter C and the number 2. Jason Aaron and Ed McGuinness. Assuming he's just going to be on for the first arc. Hardly ever on for longer than that.
Right.
Thor, Odin's son, Steve Rogers, Tony Stark, the big three of the Avengers are reunited at last, and it feels so good. Just in time to save the world from total annihilation at the hands of their most powerful enemies yet, the 2,000-foot-tall space gods known as Celestials. Behold the coming of the final host, who will answer the call to assemble for a wild new era of Earth's mightiest heroes. Hint, one of them has a flaming skull for a head. And what strange world-shaking connection exists between the final host and Odin's ancient band of prehistoric Avengers?
Odin was in a band.
Odin was in a band. Probably a band that I listen to.
So I believe that Marvel's Free Comic Book Day book may have something to do with
I think
BC
it does.
characters.
I think it does tie into that somewhat.
So look for them to possibly play a baseball game in one of the BC. Didn't they play baseball in BC? Comic strip.
Oh man.
Yeah, they had lots of things.
Memories.
That was a good.
That was
strip.
actually a funny strip.
I enjoyed that quite a bit. I'm excited about this one. I believe Mark is too. From Boom Studios, Coda #1 comes out. It's a 12-issue maxi series. Simon Spurrier is on board to write it, and Matthias Bergara from Cannibal fame is on board to draw. He'll also be providing some covers for you. This is a world in which it's post-apocalyptic. Pretty much everything magic has been wiped out from this once wondrous fantasy world, And now a former bard, that's kind of cool, unique, a former bard by the name of Hum, because that's the sound he makes when people talk to him. He doesn't talk a lot, he just goes, he seeks to save the soul of his wife with the help of a foul-tempered mutant unicorn. But he's going to find out that he is drawn into a power struggle to decide who's going to forever rule the weird wasteland. It's going to be an oversized issue for not oversized amounts of money.
Yep.
So
regular price, 40 pages.
if you're looking for a good, unique fantasy take, I think that that's definitely going to be one of those.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that one.
The art's pretty unique. I like
it
that.
is. I like the style a lot.
Next up,
Next up is from Image Comics, from Rick Remender and Bengal.
yeah, French artist.
Okay. Death or Glory, #1. This is a series premiere. Meet Glory, raised off the grid in a convoy amid truckers. Mercy sakes alive. The last men and women fighting for true freedom on the American open road. Now, in order to pay for her beloved dying father's surgery, Glory has 3 days to pull off 4 dangerous cross-country heists with mob killers, crooked cops, and a psycho ex-husband all out to bring her in or die trying. 3 days. 4 cross-country heists. That's
right.
not a lot of time.
Nope.
This is a new ongoing series, and it's a highest-speed chase across the American West that examines our dwindling freedoms and the price paid by those who fight for an untethered life. And it's a double-sized first issue with a regular price.
Is it a regular price on it?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
That must be
Maybe
like
not.
the story, the concept for the first story arc there, because when they talk about, you know, having a certain number of days to have something happen and saying it's an ongoing series, that's,
Yeah.
they're really going to stretch out each day. It's going to be like 24. Each episode or each book is 1 hour. Don't do that.
No.
Hopefully not. From DC Comics, we get the 2-issue series Harley Loves Joker. This is the first issue. Paul Dini is on board to write the character he co-created, and Brett Blevins.
It's one of those Brett.
It would be a lot
Blevins,
cooler if
Blevins.
it was Burt Blevins.
And Brett Blevins.
And Brett Blevins is on board to draw. This is going to take a look at a story that happened in the backup of Harley Quinn earlier this year, or last year. There's a lot of gurgling going on. Good Lord. As far as the Joker is concerned, the new headquarters that Harley has built for them is absolutely perfect, but she has a secret. She has rigged the whole place to come crashing down around them, and she doesn't know how to stop it. Yeah.
Okay.
Just keep those characters away from each other is what I say.
Yeah, they're not good. They don't.
It's not a good concept
No.
to call that love. They give love a bad name.
They do.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have quoted that.
Okay. Moving back over to Marvel Comics. This is one of the spin-offs or tie-ins or whatever you want to call it for the Hunt for Wolverine. This is Hunt for Wolverine Weapon Lost #1 of 4. This is written by Charles Soule and art by Matteo Buffagni. Greg Land doing the cover. Wolverine may be the best there is at what he does, but so are they. As one of the biggest mysteries in the Marvel Universe unfolds, Daredevil assembles a squad of uncanny detectives to track down Wolverine. Misty Knight, Frank McGee. Who's Frank McGee?
I don't know.
Okay. And the mutant known as Cypher. Investigating recent sightings across the globe of a man believed to be Logan, the squad uncovers a deep conspiracy with huge ramifications for the return of Wolverine. I don't know who Frank McGee is. I know Bobby McGee was hanging out with what's-her-face because of the song.
Frank McGee
Janice
was
Joplin.
was an American television journal.
There you have it. He's the best. He was the best there is at what he did.
From the late 50s
The ghost
to
of
the
Frank
70s.
McGee is going to help.
Let's
find
see.
Wolverine.
Frank McGee.
Or maybe it's a zombie of Frank McGee.
Decorated police officer for the NYPD for nearly 3 decades until the day the Inhuman City blew up in the Hudson River, which released the Terrigen Mist. So I guess he was turned into, or he's
an Inhuman.
An Inhuman.
Okay.
Named Nur.
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 So.
Nur.
and the
I
thing
think I'd call myself Frank McGee.
Yeah.
Nur.
Call me Nur. No longer.
Nur.
Sounds like a cow. All right, finally finally for me from the number ones, I have Red Sonja Tarzan, number 1 from Dynamite. This is Gail Simone, Walter Giovanni, and Adam Hughes on the covers, on at least one of the covers. The cover that will probably sell out.
Yeah.
This is a she-devil with a sword meets the Lord of the Jungle. Whoever Esandul is, he is an evil man. The mere mention of his name makes powerful men quake with fear. He has no regard for life, including that of those men who quake with fear from him.
Especially not those.
Especially those. But he may finally have met his match when he finds himself up against Red Sonja in Tarzan.
I'm going to get this, but
Is Esandul someone from the Red Sonja?
it must be. I haven't been reading Red Sonja because it's not the Roy Thomas Red Sonja that I'm used to reading from like back in the day. It's like a descendant that's an avatar to some goddess or some weird crap that I don't.
Oh,
they changed their origin completely.
Wow.
And it's not.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's got Tarzan, and if they don't delve too much into that, then I'll probably enjoy it.
It's got men in loincloths.
Men in loincloths and girls in chain bikinis.
Yes, both.
Chainmail bikinis.
Both. Tell me what you are. You are.
Oh!
You drifted off.
I did. I was thinking about the men in loincloths and the women in the bikinis.
Oh, why can't we all be one of those?
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. I have this one first.
Oh, that's a number 3.
Oh, that's a number 3. Never mind. I don't have that one first. So, the answer to the question of you are Deadpool. From Marvel Comics, from Al Ewing, Salva Espen, and Razah! Razah! This is number 1 of 5. Did you ever want to be Deadpool? Now's your chance. This weekly series is not just the most amazing comic book you've ever read. It's also a role-playing adventure. You decide what choice is Deadpool. That's kind of cool. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure thing. That's pretty neat.
Those are neat, but they don't work well with the
comic.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe they'll do it like the original books.
You keep track of your scores issue by issue. You roll the dice.
Oh,
you roll dice to combat various foes. Travel through Marvel history as Deadpool to meet Hulk in the swinging 60s, to smell Man-Thing in the swampy 70s, to be seen by Daredevil in the hard-boiled 80s, and avoid the many bad endings you could fall into or suffer the consequences. That's interesting.
That's rolling dice.
How do you, they don't, obviously, you're not going to provide you dice.
No. But our store does.
Our store does.
For low price.
You can buy Excalibur dice.
That's right. So those are the number 1s, and as we've been doing here recently, we have a couple of key issues that are coming out here. First up for me is Deathstroke number 31. This is part 2 of Batman, or Deathstroke vs. Batman, written by the red hot Christopher Priest and beautiful art by that's right, Carlo Pagulian.
Good art.
And there's one cover that's Lee Weeks. The other one is this Robson Roca. So the war between Deathstroke and Batman escalates when said Batman foils an assassination attempt by said Deathstroke. And meanwhile, there is a mysterious package that brings Commissioner Gordon to Bruce Wayne's doorstep, and Adeline Kane, that is Slade Wilson's ex, is looking to set her sights on Batman. I don't know what that means, to kill, seduce, or what.
Is she any relation to Kate Kane?
I don't know. I thought about that when I saw the Kane name. I would have to assume
That's interesting.
In time.
Okay, sticking with Marvel Comics, and this is issue 3 of Infinity Countdown, 3 of 5. Jerry Dugan, Aaron Cooter, and various. As the Guardians' last mission together draws to a close, the war for the Infinity Stones has only just begun. Adam Warlock continues to search for the Soul Stone, but encounters an unexpected foe in the Silver Surfer. Keep your eyes to the stars as Marvel's biggest cosmic story continues.
So I guess they're
event that's not an event.
They're still going with the thing, big guy, big purple guy, Galactus Herald, Silver Surfer, maybe, possibly.
I don't know. Is he back to being the Herald?
He was at one point a couple of years ago.
Okay.
So there you have it. Those are new comics. We have something else we do here where Mark likes to talk about his old comics that he remembers fondly.
My old comics that I used to have to read backwards and uphill and in the snow.
That's right. And if they sound intriguing enough to you, we have copies of them in the store that you can purchase. And we have copies in the store that you can purchase of the new comics that I will talk about. I'll go ahead and go first with the new. And I'm going to talk about we've only had 1 or 2 other books that have had 4 digits in the numbers before with like 4-color press.
Yeah.
I don't know. There may have been something else that did that. But Action Comics 1000. Why am I talking about this? Because you can still find copies of it in the store. We should be getting some more of the variants in the store here very soon. And the reason
the 50s variant.
This is a 50s variant. I can't decide if I like the 30s or the 50s variant more. Steve Rudart versus just
Dave
one of
Gibbons,
those fun classic covers that they're just some of my favorites. When they had the little thought balloons, word balloons on the cover.
All the goofy stuff was happening.
Yeah. But
love it.
The reason why I'm suggesting this is because in here you will find the Bendis story that changes everything you think you know about Superman and leads directly into the Man of Steel Weekly and the new Bendis Superman book and Action 1001 by Bendis as well. He is taking the world by storm, or at least the DC Universe by storm, and I think it's a pretty important thing to pick up on. It also helps that he has, I believe that's Jim Lee art with his story there.
Yes, it is Jim Lee art.
So
story.
There are other stories in this.
Lots. It's chock full of stories.
Yeah, fun stuff, but that's my main focus for this is that Bendis. You are getting something very important there, and I think he had something in the hardcover, but this is what leads into his ongoing story that he has planned for Superman.
For the duration.
That's right. Up from you?
This is one of my favorite one-off standalone stories. It's another one of Marvel's anthology books they used to do. This one is Marvel Spotlight number 30, and it's the Warriors 3, loose in New York City, and it's from Lynn Wein and John Buscema, and it is hilarious. There's action. There's like 2 bar fights. They stop an armed robbery. They rescue a girl that's trying to commit suicide, and it's fun. It's got a lot of witty dialogue. It's got a lot of action. It's pretty much everything in one little comic book that I love about comics. The Warriors 3 are some of my favorite characters from Marvel, and it's kind of a unique story in the way it's told, but it's probably my favorite Warriors 3 story.
It's a good cover.
For sure.
That's a great creative team.
It is. Can't go wrong with John Buscema.
So, and it has
the late great Lynn Wein.
A very good price tag on that one. So
$3.99, and we have it in the store.
Cool. Well, there you have it, guys. That's the old with the Marvel Spotlight number 30 and the new with Action Comics 1000 still available from Excalibur Comics. And you have a whole host of number ones to choose from that are coming out this week.
Yes, big week.
And be prepared for a lot more of those Hunt for Wolverine miniseries throughout this month.
They're going to start rolling out probably one a week, I imagine.
Yeah. Marvel said that they were done with events for a while. Well, that was until you bring back Wolverine and you have Infinity going on. So it's in full swing right now.
Yep.
It is event season.
Big stuff. Big stuff.
Big stuff. So, any comic book news that we need to report?
I saw nothing this week that was worth mentioning.
Worth mentioning. Okay. Sounds good to me. Because I didn't see anything either that was memorable with that. I will say they have solicited in the previews a new Star Trek Next Generation miniseries that is a direct sequel to the Broken Mirror one, which was the Mirror Universe.
Yeah.
And they mention in it that someone on the crew has been switched with their Mirror Universe person, so there's a traitor in the midst. They're like, and as I paused for a moment, I was like, well, I wonder if they're going to like take 2 or 3 issues before they reveal who it is. No, they tell us in the previews it's Barclay.
Okay.
And it's like poor Barclay like got the short end of the stick anytime he made an appearance on the show, and so it seems like it's no different in the book there either.
Obviously, the writer is a fan and realized that.
Yeah. So if you're a fan of original Barclay, then you'll want to pick up that book. Add that to the pre-order.
Cool.
So it just something about that stuck out there, and I got a little giggle when I saw that. Not a gurgle, a giggle.
Gurgle.
There was a gurgle.
Gurgle and a giggle.
All right, so we'll go ahead and wrap things up. This is Excalibur CCG TV, Excalibur Comics, Talking Comics, everything else that you know there. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment on the posts here. Let people know that we're out there doing what we do with informing you about new books for each Wednesday. And just continue to talk to us in store or on video. We enjoy it. Any parting words?
No.
All right.
No.
Mark is Mr. Mark Chi-Chi is a man of few words. Cumberpatch is one man of few words. So until next time, read great comics, subscribe, like, talk on the video, and we will see you next week. Bye.